Thank you for listening to this PodcastOne production. Now available on Apple Podcasts, PodcastOne, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.
PodcastOne presents the Steve Austin Show Classics.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Steve Austin Show. Obviously, this is Steve Austin coming to you from Mexico, and I got headaches, hassles, and horse shit right off the get-go. This show is going to be a moving clusterfuck. With that being said, I am not going to push the stop button. I'm just going to motor right through this motherfucker. So if it sounds like shit, if there's hemming and hawing and pauses and pieces of paper moving and shit like that, bear with me, because I got a little mobile kit I'm traveling with to do this show. And the guy was going to give me the 411 on this thing before I left, but the programs hadn't loaded up, so I'm trying to do this sumbitch by myself, and I got to open all these boxes up and got to hit these buttons, and I got a red light flashing, and these little green things are moving up and down on the page, and shit. I think I'm going to be able to send this motherfucker, but anyway, it is what it is, and I'm going for the damn fence, man. I got 3 guys on. I'm swinging for the fence grand slam, but nonetheless, shit, man, I'm happy, doing well, and while I'm doing well, let me bust into that right now. I was about to go to sleep last night about 12:30 midnight, and I'll be goddamn if it didn't feel like somebody just drove into the side of the building for about 2.5 seconds. A fucking earthquake. And shit, I ain't been in a whole lot of earthquakes. That might have been my second or third one. I'm from South Texas. Man, I'm used to hurricanes and tornadoes, and those are some devastating motherfuckers in their own right. But when the ground starts cracking and crumbling and shit starts falling, it's a whole different animal. And anyway, it wasn't a fun experience, but it didn't last very long, and I took my dumb ass and went to sleep. It wasn't going to keep me from getting some shut-eye before I went out there and messed around with these damn rednecks. And speaking of rednecks, we rolled cameras today. We started filming Redneck Island Season 3 for CMT. And I got to say, man, I was wondering what I was going to get on this thing, and I was pretty happy with what I saw. I think we've got some good folks, some good rednecks, and I think I'm going to put it all on the line and put up some fierce competition. And that's what this goddamn whole thing is about, is competing to win $100,000. You got to have some skill. You got to have some smarts. You got to have a little bit of good luck as well. But we're going to turn it up this year. I'm going to bring out the best in these cats and see what they got. And I'm sure maybe 1 or 2 or 3 of them is going to crack under pressure. You know, they're away from their families for the first time, really, in a foreign place that they haven't been, amongst all these strangers, living in 2 shacks with the people they're competing with. So it's a hell of an element for them to be in. And, you know, the ultimate prize is someone's going to walk off this motherfucker with $100,000, and that's a lot of goddamn money. I don't give a shit who you are. So I'm sure that they're going to do their best, and we're going to turn out a good program for you, and it's going to be starting here in a couple of months. As a matter of fact, I think this thing's going to premiere right after the CMT Music Awards. So anyway, all good in Mexico. Mobile kit flying like a motherfucker, and shit. Oh, I forgot to fucking talk about it. I just got settled in for the last 5 days. I ain't got no internet. Staying in a badass crib, nothing to bitch about, but I ain't got no internet. So if I ain't got no damn internet, I ain't got no new information. If there's one thing I can't stand, it ain't having no motherfucking internet. Now, back in the day, before we had, well, shit, man, how old am I? Back in the day, you know, we didn't have this shit, man. You didn't have to worry about it. You just motherfucker roll by on a bicycle and throw a paper at your front door, and you went out and you read the sumbitch. But hell, I'm over here. I can't read Spanish. I ain't got no USA Today hitting my goddamn front door, so I ain't got no new current events for you. Shit, improvise, overcome, and adapt, as the United States Armed Forces would. So I got to do something. So if I ain't got no information, I started thinking. Start scratching my motherfucking head. And I said, well, fuck. If I ain't got no 411 or what's going on, how am I going to talk about something on the show? And don't get me wrong, I mean, I know a little bit about what's going on. I was in the gym the other day. I see that little motherfucker over in North Korea got his finger on a nuclear bomb button. And I don't know what the shit that's all about, so I'm not going to go crazy on it. Don't know all the, I don't know the strategies and why he's mad or what the fuck's going on, but I'd like to sit down and have a shot of tequila with that son of a bitch and have a little come to Jesus meeting with him. Because here's the thing. When you push that goddamn button, you can't take it back. You send them goddamn missiles and them motherfuckers are going to fuck some shit up. So anyway, I hope the son of a bitch got his head screwed on tight. It just seemed like more and more and more people just going fucking crazy. And this is a goddamn leader of their country. This ain't some idiot on the street. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a motherfucker with his finger on a nuclear deployment button. That's one thing I can't stand, I'll tell you right now. Shit. Man, I'm sitting here right here in my hotel, and they stocked my refrigerator with some Pellegrino water. Now, I guess it's pretty good. I don't know what the hell it is. It got some little, I think it's got some carbonation in it, some fizzles or something. It ain't bad. I just prefer regular drinking water, but nonetheless, you know, I ain't thirsty because I got my Pellegrino here. And I see a motherfucker sometimes when you go to a restaurant, they'll come around to the table and say, well, what do you want? You want some water? You want Pellegrino? Man, just give me whatever's coming out of the fucking sink. You know, I'm fine with that. As long as I can wash my damn vittles and grub down and shit. So anyway, I'm fucking high rolling it, drinking my Pellegrino, talking to you about this show. And I ain't got shit to talk about. So like I said, going to improvise, overcoming, and adapting. I was going to talk about relationships. So I got on my Twitter account, Steve Austin, BSR. Follow me if you would. Go along for the ride. And I reached out to my people on Twitter and said, hey, man, if you got any questions about relationships, send them on in to questions@steveaustinshow.com. And questions started flooding in. I was thinking, man, there'd be a couple of questions maybe, but I didn't expect what I was going to get. And I got a shit pile of them. Some of them are kind of long and complex. And man, them long and complex ones, I mean, that's a little bit too much for me to handle. Excuse me, I can give you the basic 411 on some chicken shit stuff, but that heavy duty stuff, I gotta defer to my main man, Dr. Drew. Now, he's a resident expert, man. I ain't trying to take his job or jack his deal or nothing like that. I'm just trying to do something to buy a little time on this damn show, and we're going to talk about relationships. And, you know, as soon as I put that out, I got some tweets, and one of them from some guy who says, relationship advice. What, are you going soft? Or am I going soft because I want to talk to a motherfucker about a relationship? What I got to do? Sit here and talk about army tanks and four-wheel drive and machine guns and do all this other stupid shit to act like I'm tough? No, man. Relationships. I've been in a few of them. So if I want to talk about some relationships and you got a problem with it, don't listen to the son of a bitch. Then I got another person that said, well, why would we listen to you about relationship? You've been divorced 3 times. Bingo! That's exactly why you can listen to me, because I got a little 411. I've been there. I've done that. Hell, I damn near got a PhD in divorces. Shit. That's one reason why you would listen to me, because I've been goddamn through it a couple times. Shit. I ain't got no PhD. I didn't go to school for 4 years and stay in for another 2 or 4 years and get another goddamn degree. Shit. You figure since I've been through it enough times, I fucked up enough times and learned from it, and then fucked up again and then really learned from it. Hey, I might got my shit together. Anyway, hey, maybe I do, maybe I don't. What I'll do is I'll read off some questions. I'll toss out a couple answers, and it's going to be what it's going to be. But before we do that, I want to take you back to right before I came out here to Mexico. And I thought about telling this story. I figured, No, it's a stupid story. There ain't no reason you should tell this story because it's chicken shit. But it kind of falls in line with my headaches, hassles, and horse shit, but it's such a small story, it doesn't even classify as horse shit, so I'm going to call it chicken shit. And, but I figured if I did tell a story, if a motherfucker learns from it, because there's some fucking knuckleheads out there just like me. So guys, check this story out and, think about it and put the plan into action. Here's how the story breaks down. It's real simple, motherfucker. I come back from the gym, had a bust-ass workout, chest and tries, came in the gate all jacked up, and went to open the door, and the summit door was locked. Well, shit, so I looked around to the secret spot that we always keep the extra key, my wife and myself, and the extra key wasn't in the spot. So I said, well, man, look at this motherfucker. So I started looking again in that same spot. And the key still wasn't there. So I looked around a little bit and I looked back in the spot 5 more times. Like his motherfucker's gonna automatically appear out of nowhere after you done checked 5, 6 times before. You automatically always think that the sumbitch is supposed to be here, so it's gotta be there. And you know what? It wasn't. So I said, well, shit, I'll call my wife. I called my wife up and I said, well, I'm locked out of the house. What happened? She said, well, I told you I was going to go so-and-so and you needed to take your key with you. Well, of course, you know, sometimes I'm like a lot of guys and I'm hard of hearing on top of that, and I didn't hear what she said, so my ass was locked out of the house. So she said, well, you know, so-and-so down a few blocks away, our good neighbor who helps watch our place when we're gone, has an extra key. Why don't you call her up? Well, shit. I ain't calling nobody up, man. I'm slick as a motherfucker. You know, guys, you know, I lock myself out of my house. I'm going to get in that motherfucker, right? So anyway, I said, nah, I ain't worried about it. I said, I'll get in. I'll call you later. And so I started looking around. I said, all right, shit. I don't break into a whole lot of houses, but I figure I'd give it the old go. I can get in my house because I know one of the doors might be unlocked. I know I kind of leave one of these windows open. Get over there and pop a screen off. So I eased through the gate, looking around, checking things out. Sure enough, the other 2 doors was locked, tighter than a drum. So I said, all right, yep, window's open. I just pop that screen off and climb up there on that unit and get through that damn screen. So I reached down to pull out my pocket knife because I always carry a pocket knife. You always got to have a pocket knife with you for something. You're hardly never going to use it for self-defense, but you got to have a pocket knife. If you're a guy, even a girl, should have a pocket knife. You can use it, get into a box, open a letter, cut a rope, this, that, whatever, scrape some shit off your shoe. You can use a knife for damn near anything. Well, since I reached down to get my old knife out, I quickly realized it was not there. What had happened to my trusty knife that I always carry every single day? Well, I had changed shorts and had left the motherfucker in the pocket on the clip pin in my right front pocket in the dirty clothes. So now I ain't got my knife and I ain't gonna pry open no screen. Well, all right, it was a good idea. All I got to do is go out to the Bronco and rustle up in my center console and get a flathead screwdriver out. So I go to Bronco, open my center console, and look for a flathead screwdriver. Ain't got one. Well, shit. I got a bunch of tools in the back. Not a bunch, but I got some tools in the back. So I'll roll my window down on the Ford Bronco and start digging around through there in the back. And I got a pretty organized car. I mean, there's dog hair all over that motherfucker because I'm always hauling Hershey around and showing her the other dog we got. But Hershey's my partner in crime. We go everywhere together. So combing through that fucking dog hair. And I got a set of jumper cables. I got a tow strap. I got an axe. And I got a socket set. Ain't a goddamn flathead screwdriver to be found. And not even in the socket set. So I know I ain't gonna be prying that motherfucking screen off. So I go back and I take one last look because, I start trying the doors again, just like the key that was missing. I'm going to try these fucking doors again. Sure enough, they all locked. Screen's looking right at me, wide. The window's wide open, but the screen is there. And I ain't going to tear my screen out because the screen's was made to pull out from the inside. Now, I want in my house, but I'm a cheap motherfucker, and I ain't going to bust up my screen. So I'm walking out the front of the gate, and my last option, the old doggy door. I look at that son of a bitch, and I'm like, shit, you know what? I bet you can get through there. Our dogs, both of them are about 70 pounds, and they can barely fit through that motherfucker. But since I'm locked out of the house and I want to get in the house, and I done told my wife, don't worry about it, I got it. I got to get my macho ass through that dog door. But then I thought about it for a second time, and I said to myself, you stupid son of a bitch, there ain't no way you're going to get through that dog door. You would need a crowbar, a shoehorn, and 10 gallons of KY jelly, and you still couldn't get your big ass through that motherfucker. I can just see the headlines. Steve Austin calls 911 because the stupid motherfucker got stuck in a dog door. So anyway, I'm assed out. So I can't break into my house. So what I do? I do what any macho motherfucker would do. I picked up my cell phone and I called my wife and asked for that lady's phone number that had our extra key. And I drove my stupid ass over there, picked up the key, and promptly went in my house. Now, I didn't want to drive over there, and it was only 5 blocks away. I thought I could get in my fucking house. So, let me wrap this little ordeal up. The moral to the story, the point of the story is, guys, you should always have an extra key to get in your house. Always. I wouldn't do just one, get 2. I got one of those magnetic boxes. I hid my key in a place that I will find it. If I use that key, I will immediately replace it and put it back where I put it. I'll have a backup key as well. You can never get locked out of your crib. If there had been an emergency or some shit was going on, I had to kick in a fucking door or get cut up going through the window or fuck a screen up and have to come out of pocket. And don't ever forget your pocket knife. So anyway, if that story helps anybody, go get you a fucking extra key and hide the sumbitch. It'll pay big dividends for you, and you just always got to have your shit together, and this is a damn good way to keep it together. Together. Did you hear that? I think I'm going to take a sip of Pellegrino. Bear with me. Oh, hallelujah. That's good water. Hallelujah, Pellegrino! All right. I was going to do some relationship stuff. Kind of get my soft side on, because I got one. God damn it, I got a soft side. And anyway.
You're listening to another classic episode of The Steve Austin Show, only on PodcastOne.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more. And Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's simple. Go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
All right, everybody. Back to the attack here. Back to the attack. Back to some heartwarming material. Advice from El Corazon. That's the heart. You don't speak Spanish. And, I reached out on Twitter. Got these questions sent to me. I'm going to take a swing at them. I'm not an expert. 3 out of 4 of my marriages have failed. Big time. Currently, I'm married and happy. And happy's a fucking lark anyway. So I'm good. But here we go. there's a few things as I do this show that I want to be able to help you with. I mean, sometimes, hey man, if I can give you a chuckle and you're having a shitty day, hey, that's a cool thing for me. If I can tell you, hey, go get you a spare key, whether you're a guy or a gal, go get you a spare key, hide that motherfucker so you don't get locked out of your house. Hey, put a flathead screwdriver in your vehicle somewhere. You're going to need it somewhere down the line. Hey, go get a pocket knife, put it in your pocket. You're going to need it sometime. If I can drop any kind of 411 on you like that helps you out, then that's a good thing, and you got something from the show. Now, like I said, when I want to help you or turn you on to something, sometimes I'm going to be right, sometimes I'm going to be wrong. But one thing, when you listen to this show, whether you just listen for entertainment or learn something, I can tell you one thing: I ain't going to teach you how to split a damn atom. I can't tell you why or how E equals MC squared. That ain't my forte. Come from where I come from, been married 3 times, on number 4, never again, happy as a fucking lark. And I've been down the road a few times, and shit. Back in the day, I was one crazy, stupid motherfucker. And sometimes I'm still pretty stupid. But before we get started, I know there's a motherfucker driving across the United States of America or some foreign country in a truck, driving to deliver something. Yep. Hooray for the working man. Go get 'em, Tiger. Put your seatbelt on, keep the pedal to the metal, and drive safe and get there safe and sound. Hallelujah, you working motherfucker. Here we go. Oh, that's a good one. I read this one a while ago. Hello, Steve. I'm a huge fan, and I just wanted to ask for advice. I've been with my girl many years. I love her deeply. We're almost 30, and she still doesn't have a license. We've had many conversations which mainly lead to arguments. I'm just wondering how I can get her to shake this fear and start driving. Well, shit. She's 30 and she ain't driving. Now, I'm assuming everything's okay with her, that, she's physically fit and mentally all there. And if she just ain't driving, and there's got to be a fancy word that's a fear of driving. They got arachnophobia. What's that? Fear of spiders. Agoraphobia. There's all kinds of phobias out there. Maybe she got carophobia. I don't know what the fuck it's called. Hey man, you gotta have a little talk with this son bitch and see what's going on. I ain't railing on your girlfriend, but I mean, man, being 30, you gotta be self-sufficient in today's world. So, man, you gotta have a little talk and see what's going on. And, hey dude, if it's a serious deal with her and she's serious and don't want to drive, that's her option, and you got to be cool with it. And, if she's cool with being able to get around in a fashion that's acceptable to her, then I guess you got to support her. And if you love her, there ain't nothing to argue about, brother. You just got to, be cool with it and remain a couple and go on down the road together. And to me, sounds like your motherfucking ass is going to be doing the driving. Good luck to you. Good luck to both of you. Moving on down the road. Moving on down the road. Right now, I sense it. There's a motherfucker. There's a motherfucker who's studying for an exam, trying to make an A on a test, listening to this show. That's right. Yep. Keep studying, motherfucker. Get that A. Always set your goals high, folks. Always set your goals high. Here's one for you. It says, any tips on how to duck the feelings talk from the wife? What do you mean, duck the feelings talk? Man, dude, you gotta talk to your wife on that level that only you guys would share and know. Ain't no problem with having the feelings talk. I mean, sometimes, look at it, man, as guys, we can be real pieces of shit. Sometimes we just want to have our cake and eat it too and just think that everything's okay. Well, everything ain't okay all the time. There's that old saying, when mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. So, man, I tell you what, I'll be straight with you, brother. And I'm straight with you on all this shit, because if you ask me something on my show, I'm going to tell you exactly like it is. I've had the feelings talk with my wife. I mean, I tell my wife I love her every day. So, dude, if you're into this for the long haul, if you're committed to each other, you need to have this feelings talk. There ain't nothing wrong with that. You can be the most macho motherfucker, tough guy in the world, but when it comes time to your significant other and the one you love, you can knock all that horse shit off and have that come to Jesus meeting with her. And if she needs to, if you need to tell her you love her more, hey man, do that. Here I am sitting here, man, at a table in my underwear talking about this shit, drinking a Pellegrino water. Shit, I damn near feel like a sissy telling you that. But you know what? I don't give a fuck. I'm going to tell you like it is. You have that feelings talk with your wife, and best of luck to both of you. She'll appreciate it, and so will you. Somewhere in the world, there's a motherfucker laying down. No, he ain't laying down. He's standing up. He was laying down, but he got up, and he's drinking a beer, and he's listening to this show. Cheers, you son of a bitch. Drink one for me. Here's one. Oh, this kind of jives in a little bit with the other one, but it's not quite so much. Anyway, this is, who's this from? Motherfucker named Tom. It's a long-winded question, but I'm going to get to the fourth or fifth question and kind of streamline this thing. Steve, what's the best way to get yourself out of the doghouse? Shit, motherfucker, you won't get out of the doghouse. You came to the right motherfucker, because I've been there and done that. You know, sometimes, here we go as guys, and shit, man, I don't know who the fuck listens to the show, but if you're a chick, or a woman, or lady, however you want me to say that, you'll dig this too. And it is what it is. But check it out. Sometimes as guys, you know, fuck man, we just get cool in the gang and we're in our damn element. We do what we do and we go to work and you come home. You know, when you come home, I mean, you do the big shit, you know, you take out the trash, you know, once a week to the curb, you know, fuck, what else do you do? Not a whole lot, you know, every now and then you'll throw a dish in the sink. And sometimes it's the wife who's running. I know my wife runs our house. I am the guy, and I'm the head of the house, don't get me wrong, but my wife runs our house. So, you know, when I just come home and, we got 2 dogs and those 2 dogs shit a lot in the backyard. So I know if my wife says, did you clean up the dog shit every single day? It's getting on her nerves and I ain't cleaning up the dog shit. So, I mean, that's kind of one of my things that I'm supposed to do. It's the little things you got to do, man. I mean, it's like how many times you shave a week and how many times you leave that fucking sink full of whiskers and all fucked up with shaving cream everywhere. Man, clean that motherfucker up. Every now and then, this will shock her. Grab a fucking vacuum cleaner. That handle will fit in your hands and you run it back and forth over the carpet. Take out the kitchen trash. And if you're going to take out the kitchen trash, don't stop there, but replace that bag with a fresh bag. That motherfucker scores some big time brownie points. It's little things like this. What else can I think of? Oh, shit. Every now and then, if you go throw your clothes from the bathroom into the laundry room or the garage where our shit is, if you drop your shit off there in the little stack, if there's some clothes in the dryer, pull those motherfuckers out and fold them. And don't just fold them like a guy. I mean, fold those motherfuckers crisp like they teach in the Army. Yeah, that's going to get you some brownie points. That's going to get you out of that doghouse. Scrub all the fucking dishes. And don't just half-ass scrub them. Use hot water and use soap and use that brush. And don't be afraid to put a little elbow grease on those motherfuckers. Stack them, dry them, put that shit up. There's little things like this get you out of the doghouse, dude. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something. When you get out of the doghouse, you start pulling your weight around the house, might lead you to improving your sex life. If your wife ain't mad at you all the time, good things might happen. You might get that blowjob you wanted. You might get that horizontal time you were thinking about. You know, it ain't got to become so much work. Yeah, think about that. That's how you get out of the doghouse, motherfucker. Good luck to you. All you got to do is look around. If something needs to be done, go do it. You got to sit there. That work ain't going to get done by itself. And I'm sure your wife is probably doing a lot of other things than just running that house. If you got kids, she's taking care of the kids. I don't know how many kids you got, but that's a full-time fucking job. She might be working at 9 to 5 as well. I mean, we haven't even considered her responsibility. So I'm sure she's got a shit pile on her plate. So you might be working hard. She might be working hard on top of raising the kids, on top of running the household and shit, man. I mean, let's face it. The economy sucks ass, hard to pay bills, pressure at work. You might be out of a job, or she might be out of a job, or someone might be looking for the job, but all kind of shit's going on. So, hey man, it is what it is. Get your ass busy and do the little things because they all add up. Hey man, it's kind of a little feel-good thing here. Check it out. Steve, in March 2004, my old man took me to an autograph session in the Meadowlands where you were at. When we got there, all the tickets to get your autograph were sold out. I was pissed. I stood on the side like a sad little kid, watching you snap pictures and sign stuff for everyone else until you noticed something wasn't right. You called me over and said, "What's going on, son?" I explained what happened, and you gave me a couple autograph pictures. I just want to say thank you for that. You didn't have to do that, but you did anyway because you give a damn about your fans. That was a stand-up thing you did for me. I appreciate it. Thanks, man. That's from old Francisco in Jersey. Hey, I tell you what, that story brought a tear to my eye, you little bastard. Thanks for coming to the show, and thank you for watching what I used to do. I appreciate the email very much. Hey man, check it out. Let's get back on track here, man. I'm trying to fucking break down some shit for you. People are working out. People are driving to work. People are walking down the street. They're listening to this show. Let's keep this motherfucker rolling. Hallelujah! Let's keep this motherfucker going. What advice would you have for someone who has lost their direction career-wise in life? Too many desires to accomplish, not enough seemingly money or time to do it all as life keeps getting more and more complex. The easiest answer I can give you is slow down, kind of put the blinders on and focus straight ahead. It's great to have dreams that you want to accomplish, but you also have to face reality, and that's focusing in on one or two of them and accomplishing them before you can move on to the others. So, don't put the cart in front of the horse. Just lay back, accomplish one at a time, maybe put them in a list and in order, a priority, prioritize them. Man, that's a goddamn good word. Prioritize them. 4 syllables. So anyway, just put your things in order and don't get ahead of yourself. Don't put the cart in front of the horse. You can get everything accomplished, in a better fashion if you organize and take one goal at a time. I appreciate the email. You know what? Here's one that kind of goes back to the wrestling stuff. Most people have jobs that take them away from their families for days or weeks at a time, and most struggle with it. In the case of a pro wrestler or an actor, it can be significantly longer. How did you deal with it, and any advice for others? Boomer Sooner. Oh, Jason. Hey, man, I tell you what, how I dealt with it. Shit. It is what it is, man. You gotta do what you gotta do to pay the bills. And that's all it is, man. Work is work. Whether you're clocking in at a factory, whether you're mowing yards, whether you're on a freight dock, whether you're in entertainment business, whether you're pushing a broom, flipping burgers. I mean, work is work. And I believe in hard work, and it is I know people all over the world listen to this podcast. So being from America, it's the American thing to do. That's the way I was brought up. But from a worldwide standpoint, God damn it, we all should work and we should all work hard. I'm a firm believer that hard work always pays off. I've never been the best looking, best, most highly skilled or smartest at anything in my life. But due to the fact I got a strong work ethic, I ain't gonna sit here and blow smoke up my ass. I got a few things accomplished. So, work is what it is. Just go out there and do it. And that goes for everybody. Man, woman, or child. Nothing is, entitled. You must earn your keep. There's a UFC question. I don't know how we're talking about relationships, and this question has no relationship with the others. So that's why I can talk about it in a relationship factor. Hey, Steve, if Cain Velasquez versus Junior Dos Santos happened again, who would be your pick? Man, I tell you what, man, that Cain Velasquez is a machine, man. I just think that guy was born to fight. Highly skilled, ton of heart, wrestling background, just super dangerous, super, super tough. Dos Santos, great stand-up game, has that long reach, just a heavy-handed, accurate striking cat. I got to go back with Cain Velasquez again, and we're going to move on to the next. Here's one for you, and this ain't related to shit, but I'll answer it. It's hey Steve, I'm going bald. At what point did you decide to shave it all off? Well, shit, man. I remember I had long blonde hair, the prettiest blonde hair that you could ever fucking imagine in the world. And women, old ladies in Edna, Texas used to ask if I bleached it. I mean, hell, I was a kid. I was 10, 12 years old. You don't bleach well, back then you didn't bleach your hair when you was 10, 12 years old. Motherfuckers these days going to the beauty shop and getting highlights, lowlights, and all kinds of shit. And I'm talking about guys. Back then, that shit wasn't cool. You show up at 12 years old, 13 years old, 14 years old in South Texas with some highlights in your hair as a guy, you probably won't get your ass whipped. But anyway, back to the question. When I decided to shave it off, hell, I was stunning Steve over there. And, when I came into WWF, they wanted me to change my look. So I buzz cutted it. And after that buzz cut, I said, man, piss on it. You can't even see it. You might as well shave it all off. So hell, I think I shaved it all off. Here's the thing. If I hadn't gotten the business of pro wrestling, I probably would have never shaved it off. I'd been one of them stupid motherfuckers combing that shit around a horseshoe on top of my head and looking like a fucking idiot. Nah, I wouldn't have done that because I'm a little bit more cool than that. But anyway, I did it, at that point. It was a career move for me. How do you think about that? That's it with the relation questions. Okay. I mean, there's some people out there, God damn it. I'm trying to throw everything at you but the kitchen sink, and I'm telling you like it is. I always will. I ain't got hardly no internet over here. This motherfucker's too slow. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I want to talk about current events with you, but sometimes as I do this show, I'm going to lean on you for helping me with this show. And hell, it's going to end up we're all in this son of a bitch together. And let me see, right off the top of my head, let's break it down and go over the headaches, houses, and horse shit and see what we learned. We learned, one, you should always hide a spare key for your house, and maybe do two. Oh, yeah, and here's what I was thinking also, because I've locked myself out of my Ford Bronco 3 times in the last 4 weeks. So you definitely need a spare key for your truck or your car or your motorcycle as well. And goddamn it, you're gonna do this thing where you say, well, I've been meaning to do that. I've been meaning to do that. Believe me, go do it, because you're going to end up locking yourself out of something, and you're going to do this. You're going to say, God damn, I should have listened to that motherfucking Steve Austin. That's what you're going to do. So don't dilly-dally around. Go do it. We got that covered. We talked about relationships. We talked about guys getting off their ass around the house, get out of the doghouse, and a lot of other horse shit, which I thought I guess I did all right on. And that's all I'm going to talk about today, folks. Before I go, I'm going to slide this little motherfucker in. Here we go. Check it out. This is going to be like Steve Austin with a little bit of Jimmy Cagney, maybe a little bit of John Wayne in there, too. You know what, guys? It's going to be straight up Steve Austin. Piss on it. I ain't got no range as an actor, so I'm going to give you what I got, straight at the heart. You know what, gang? I've been training and working out for a long-ass time, and I've run into my fair share of personal trainers. And you know what? Seems to me they all love their job. Hey, listen, if you enjoy exercise and helping others to stay healthy, I've got a great opportunity for you. The fitness industry is absolutely booming. There's a huge demand for certified personal trainers, and you can earn a ton of money. You set your own hours, and there's always work. And you know what? It's F-U-N fun. Getting certified is key. And there's only one place I'm going to recommend. The National Academy of Sports Medicine. They make it fast and easy, and it's online. Once you get certified, there are tons of opportunities in health clubs, country clubs, corporate wellness, even helping college and pro athletes. And get this. The National Academy of Sports Medicine actually guarantees you'll score a job within 90 days of earning your online CPT certification or your money back. Guaranteed job, doing something you love. Visit usatrainer.com for your sneak peek. usatrainer.com. That's usatrainer.com. And that's all I got to say about that. Let me tell you something, folks. I want to thank everybody for joining in on this show. Like I said, it could have been a clusterfuck, but like Dusty Rhodes would say, like a monkey trying to fuck a foosball, and we got through it. And we're going to improvise, overcome, and adapt every single week, and that's what we're going to do. And sometimes I'm just going to sit here and yell hallelujah at you, or talk about the working man driving down the road with a chainsaw back in his truck because he's a logger and he's going out to make some fucking money, and he can pay his bills and he can pay his mortgage in his truck and buy some groceries for his families, because that's what this great country was founded on, hard work, and the world for that matter. Anyway, hey man, what the fuck? Hey, it's entertainment. It's a show. What are you going to do? Thanks for tuning in. This is Steve Austin. I'll catch your ass down the road.
Thank you for joining us for another classic episode of The Steve Austin Show. Please leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts and tell your friends. For more Steve Austin Show, go to PodcastOne.com. That's PodcastOne.com.
Watch Yellowstone for free on Pluto TV. All this weekend, Pluto TV is streaming a marathon of seasons 1 to 3 of Yellowstone, the show The Wrap calls a smash hit series. Pluto TV also has hundreds of channels and thousands of movies and TV shows like Mission Impossible 3, Gladiator, CSI, and more. Absolutely free. So download the free Pluto TV streaming app and watch Yellowstone seasons 1 to 3 free.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy, Big Brother Jake, a.k.a. Jake Warner, my government name. Check it out. I host a show called the Big Brother Jake Podcast, and I've taken my talents to the biggest and baddest platform on the planet. That's right, baby, PodcastOne. My show is unique as I talk about everything. Life, sports, entertainment, being a single dad juggling several jobs. I'm a hot mess, but it's damn entertaining. Subscribe and review now on Apple Podcasts and listen on PodcastOne or wherever you get your podcasts.